and that cycle of life and death and rebirth. And in the new year, it's nice to have that fresh start, but to use everything that you learned and everything that you overcame and everything that you persevered in the last year and use it as you move forward. You know, there's a lot of fear that had been going around, and there's a lot of fear when you're about to have a baby. A lot of fear projected onto you, and a lot of fear that you deal with on your own. And so one thing I found that was a real gift from the fear was that the courage that it allowed me to have too. So fear can really be a birthplace for courage. And so it's scary to be courageous sometimes, but I think we're all wanting to live more authentic and purposeful and happy, fulfilled lives. And you have to face a lot of layers of fear and growth and uncomfortableness. And if you can start to look at fear as a birthplace for courage, then it might not overtake you so much. Because if we just keep avoiding everything, I mean, you know, birth, you're in a situation, there's really only one way out. And life is like that too, you know, we can avoid as long as we can until you get to that place where you can't anymore. So today on our mat, I just want us to really connect to the earth, to the ground, to your neighbors around you, even though you can't give them a hug or a high five. Maybe just look at them and say hello and just honor the people around you. Just take a moment right now, if you don't mind, and just say hi, connect, make eye contact. We're a community, even if we can't, you know, look like or be like the way we used to. So I'm happy that we can still do this. Let's start today in child's pose and really take our third eye and connect it down to the earth's face. And as you settle down into the earth, just take a moment to just observe how you're feeling, what is present for you in this moment right now. Is it joy, happiness, clarity, peace, overwhelm, fear, sadness, anxiety? Just so you know, everything is welcome here. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Really fill your lungs all the way up to their edges, and then take another breath. And then exhale, let it all go, and feel that release, that letting go. Give it up to Pachamama, Mother Earth. And another big inhale. Feel your breath and your prana and your life force come into your body. And as you inhale, crawl your fingers forward. And as you exhale, press your hips back towards your heels. Then begin to relax your shoulders and rock your third eye side to side, massaging your forehead, temple to temple, and just connect and ground your mind to the earth. And just take a moment to slow down and to embody what that feels like. She's a great teacher, a great friend. Then slowly start to rock your hips side to side. Start to feel your body being gentle and slow. And then on your next inhale, come to stillness and bend at your elbows and bring your hands into a prayer behind the base of your neck. And then crawl your elbows forward like a little army crawl towards the top of your mat. And then drop your chest down towards the earth and stretch your triceps a little bit more. And then feel your hands pressing into one another as the energy goes up into the sky, and set your intention for class. And then breathe that intention in. Let's move with purpose in everything we do this year. And as you exhale that intention out, slowly drop your hands back down to the earth and give it up to the earth as you slowly rise up into tabletop. And just freestyle for a moment. Rock your hips side to side. Tuck your toes. If you'd like to start to awaken your feet, push your hips back towards your heels. Draw some circles. Move in both directions. Make sure the shoulders are coming up past the wrists so you can start to grip the fingertips. Push down into your palms. Work your shoulders a little bit here, your ribs, your hips. And Maybe for a moment, just close your eyes and move around a little bit. Just see what feels good. Where are you carrying tension in your body? Where can you really tune into with your breath and start to tap into your own inner healing and your own inner strength? And then when you're ready, just start to cat and cow, the inhales and the exhales as you arch and round your spine. Drop your belly down and lift your face towards the sun as you lift the tailbone. And as you exhale, push the earth away from the knees to the shins, to the tops of the feet and the palms, chin into your chest. Inhale, lengthen, find some space in the front of your body, open up your heart. Exhale, breathe into the back of the heart, shoot the energy up into the sky. And then as you inhale, drop your heart down to the earth, arch your spine. One more each way, exhale. And inhale, open it up. And as you slowly come back to tabletop, extend your right leg out, take your knee in towards your right arm and just draw some circles here, getting into your hip. And then pause and go the opposite way. Big circles right, big circles left. And then inhale, reach your right leg back as far as you can. Point your toes and really lift those toes up towards the sky. And then on your inhale, shift forward. And as you exhale, lower down your chest and bend your arms like you would in a chaturanga and just let your chin touch your mat. And on your inhale, lift, push yourself away from the earth. On the exhale, knee to nose, round, pull it in and squeeze. Inhale, lengthen, right leg back, lift the gaze. Shift forward, grip the fingertips, exhale, lower, squeeze the elbows into the ribs. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. One more, you know what to do. Inhale, lengthen. Shift forward, exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Find your stability, your balance. Extend your left arm out. Gaze is to the earth. Inhale, reach that right arm out, right leg back, and then reach around and grab your right leg. Left arm goes back. Sorry, right leg to left arm. Perfect. Now when you have the foot, kick into it and lift your thigh up away from your mat. Stay one more breath. Can you lift just a little bit higher? And then with grace and ease, slowly let it go. Extend it back out and bring it back down to the earth. One cat and cow. And then left leg goes back. Point the toes, feel it in the glutes. Lift it all the way up. Push the earth away with the palms. Lift the gaze. Shift forward, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Bring the belly button up and in. Inhale, lengthen. Shift forward, exhale, lower. Squeeze the elbows in. Inhale, rise. Exhale, round, coil. Last one, inhale, lengthen. Shift forward, exhale, drop it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, left leg back. When you're ready, right arm extends. Reach the right arm back, grab a hold of the left foot. When you're ready, kick into it and lift. Gaze down for support. If this is super easy for you, then you can begin to gaze over the right shoulder. Yeah, we're here for 3. Bring that core up and in for 2. Lift a little higher. And then slow, release. Back to the earth, cat, cow. And when you're ready, downward facing dog. Lift it up, pedal out your feet. Bend one knee, press back through the opposite heel. Notice where the weight is in your hands. Bring it out of your wrist. Push down into your fingers. Push down into where your fingers meet your palm. Roll your elbows in towards one another. Relax your shoulders away from the ears. Bring the ribs in, the belly in. Take a deep breath. Open mouth, exhale. 2 more breaths here. Where can you soften? Where can you strengthen? Gaze to the top of your mat. Bring your belly button up and in and slowly walk into ragdoll, standing forward fold, feet are hip width distance. Let your head be heavy. Bend your knees and bring the weight into the balls of the feet, but relax your toes. Grab for opposite elbows and sway side to side. Gaze is at your belly button. Really let the head hang heavy. Bend your knees as much as you need to feel this in your back, the lower back. Then come to stillness and just let gravity and the weight of your torso, let your elbows get a little closer and a little closer to the earth. And on the next exhale, gently release the fingertips to clasp them behind your back. Gaze again at the belly button as you bring your arms up and over. And then from here, take a little sway side to side, right shoulder towards the right knee. You can bend one knee and then the other. Just a little freestyle here. Breathe into your shoulders, into your hamstrings. Move slow. Invite in more curiosity. We're not just going through the motions. We want to really feel what's here. It's just 1 hour to tune in, to release and free up your mind, your body, and your spirit. As you exhale, gently release your fingertips back down to the earth. On the inhale, take a halfway lift and lengthen your spine. Create space. As you exhale, fold and surrender. 2 more. Inhale, lengthen, find that courage. And as you exhale, lower, surrender into it. Inhale, lengthen. Last one. Exhale, fold. Plant your palms, step back, high plank. You can always come down to your knees if you need to. Your gaze is at your reflection. Look at yourself in your mat. Pretend like your mat is a mirror reflecting back to you, right? That self-love, that self-nurture. Grip the fingertips. Inhale, shift forward. As slow as you can, exhale, lower to the earth. We've warmed up the arms. Take it slow. Use your core. When the chest hits, untuck the toes. Lift as high as you'd like. Cobra or upward facing dog. You decide. Exhale, third eye to the earth. Inhale, lift, heart to the sky. Exhale to the earth. One more, lift it all the way up. Exhale, lower. Slide your forearms out, come into Sphinx pose. Push onto the tops of your feet and lift your knees for a moment. Bring your belly button up and in, away from the earth. Pull the elbows back, push into the forearms, and then gaze straight out in front of you. Push down into the earth, pull your heart through your biceps. Lift your gaze to your third eye and close your eyes. Feel the temperature on your skin. Take a deep breath in as you exhale. Let your head hang heavy. Push into the feet. Engage your core. Lift your hips. You're pushing onto the tops of your feet. Your toes are not tucked. Exhale. Slowly lower the hips down. Inhale. Lift the head. 3 more. Exhale. Push into the forearms. Lift your hips as high as you can. Exhale, lower. For some of you, that may be an inch off the mat. For others, you can come all the way up towards downward facing dog. Lift, engage your core. Last one, do what you can. Exhale, lift as high as you can. And let it go. From here, goal post your arms. Tense your fingertips on the sides of your mat. Lift your head and chest back up. Dip your right shoulder, gaze to the left. Inhale, back to center, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Left elbow or left shoulder dips, gaze to the right. Flow with your own breath. On the inhale, you rise. On the exhale, you twist. Inhale, you rise. Exhale, twist. 1 more each side. All right, lower it back down into the center. Bring your hands behind your head like you're going to do a sit-up. Push into the tops of the feet, engage your core, and just lift for 5, 4, 3. Breathe into your lower back for 2, and 1. Back to Sphinx. Forearms on your mat. Push into your palms. Come to seal. Lift the elbows. Gaze to the right. Gaze to the left. Slowly drop it back down. Cross your left arm over. Reach your right arm back. Grab a hold of your foot. Push your palm down. Stretch the quad. So in the beginning, it'll just look like this. Then you want to really begin to push. If you can push, then you begin to rotate your fingers forward. Your elbow up high to the sky. Breathe into your quad. If you feel it in the knee, or your hip, or your ankle, your joints, back off. But if it's in your muscles, breathe in. One more breath, and then let's switch it out. Gently release to the other side. Cross the right arm over, reach the left arm back, thumb to your big toe. Push into that right arm. Keep the chest lifted. Just breathe into that left quad. 2 more breaths. Exhale, gently release. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes, low to high push-up. Press it back, downward facing dog. 1 breath in, 1 breath out. Gaze to the top of your mat. Step or jump, feet to touch. Standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, push into your feet, reach your arms up. Come back to your intention that you set in child's pose. And as you exhale, bring it back down into your heart space. Heel toe your feet into touch if they're not already there. Squeeze the legs together, tuck your tailbone, and lift your heart up into your thumbs. Come back to your intention, really own it, really co-create this experience of life with yourself. Squeeze your legs together, reach your arms up as you push down into the earth with your feet. And then on the inhale, open your heart, back bend. A little further, little further. Engage your core. Inhale, rise. Exhale, swan dive. Just open your heart, release it to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. 1 more round, all the way up. Exhale to your heart. Inhale to the sky, push down into the earth. Exhale, take it back and find your edge. Go slow. Inhale, rise. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, high to low plank, chaturanga, or you can always skip it, push back to down dog, or practice from your knees. It's up to you. Nice, looking strong. 1 breath in, 1 breath out. Gaze to the top of your mat, step or jump, feet to touch. We're gonna do it 2 more rounds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, root to rise all the way up. Exhale, draw it into your heart. Inhale, arms high. Now exhale, take it back and find that edge where you start to inhale, rise. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step or jump back, high to low plank, chaturanga, make it your own, whatever you want to do. Strong core, elbows in. Looking good. 1 breath in, 1 breath out. Last round, you know what to do. Gaze forward, step or jump, feet to touch, top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Like a moving meditation. Inhale, rise. Full breath in. When you're ready to exhale, then you drop the hands to the heart. Full breath out. Inhale, rise. Move at the pace of your breath. Exhale, find your edge and then go into it. Feel that fear and embody the courage. Inhale, rise. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step or jump back, high to low plank, chaturanga. I invite you to move slow. Feel your strength. breath in, one breath out. Inhale your right leg high to the sky. Bend your knees, stack your hip, move it around, find some energy, like move your hip. Draw big circles with your knee, bring your heel into your glute, even straighten your leg, draw big circles with that. Feel it. And then inhale, right leg high, square your hips back to your mat, squeeze and lift. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through, low lunge. Plant your left palm, inhale, right arm high, twist. Squeeze your inner thighs and bring that right arm back as far as you can. Exhale, right palm to the earth, left knee to the earth, low lunge. Bring the hands to the top of the right thigh and sink the hips forward. And just walk the foot out. Keep the knee and the ankle in alignment. If they're not, walk it forward or walk it back. Sink the hips in, arms up. Exhale, take it back, goalpost your arms. Now you're gonna reach them back a little further, and then you're gonna scoop down. Inhale, bring them back up. This is what I call my forgiveness flow. Exhale, open the heart, expand it a little more. I like to imagine scooping up some water and just letting it wash over me as I come back into the back bend, sink into the hips, scoop it up. Feel that cleanse, that fresh start. And 2 more rounds. Just close your eyes as much as you can and feel the release of coming back home to your body, to your breath, to Mother Nature. We'll meet in that back bend, goalposting the arms, pressing the hips forward, squeezing those inner thighs. Reach, extend the arms out, scoop it up, reach up. Last one, take a back bend, and then exhale, palms come back around the right foot. Step the right foot back, right leg high, lift right where you started. Bend the knees, stack the hip. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, shift forward into plank, ekapada, or chaturanga. So ekapada is if you keep that right leg floating. Exhale, lower it down. Okay, come down to your knees real quick. So just chaturanga is just regular. Squeeze the elbows in. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Ekapada is just doing the same thing, but you're floating that leg that we're using until you come to upward facing dog. Just in case you want to do it. I know it can sound like another language, because it is actually. It's Sanskrit. Come back to down dog. Grab water if you need it, but let's do the other side. All right, downward dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high when you're ready. Okay, so the right side is your male energy, your fire. This left side is a more feminine, fluid, water energy. Lift that left leg higher, bend your knees, stack your hip, move it around. Create some space. Inhale your left leg high. Beautiful. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze. Heel to toe, step it through, low lunge. Plant your right palm, inhale, left arm high, twist. Bring the right shoulder in and really roll that left shoulder out. Exhale, palm to the earth, right knee to the earth, low lunge, arms up high. Or actually we started with the knee. Start at the knee. It's just nice to kind of sink into your hips, make sure you have the alignment with your feet. And then when you're ready, engage your core, squeeze those inner thighs and reach your arms up. Perfect. You should feel a little bit of the hips coming forward. As you exhale, you goalpost the arms. And then reach them back, extend even further. It's an extension of your heart. And then scoop it up. Bring it back up over you. Whatever you need to wash away, just visualize that. And you come back into the back bend. I don't need to cue you. You know what to do. Just take a couple rounds of release. Sometimes there's a lot of pressure, expectations in the beginning of the year. And the more we can just let that go and be present in the moment. Surrender to the teacher that is right in front of us, whatever we're going through in that moment. Take 2 more rounds. Just free yourself. All that pressure. Just let everything be okay. Deep trust on this last back bend. You're going to hold in that big, big, big goalpost. Really feel that tension. And then extend the arms out. Breathe through it. Scoop it up. And then keep your arms straight, but take a back bend. Really open the heart and expand that front line of your body. And as you exhale, palms around the left foot and step it back, or all the way up. And try that Ekapada or Chaturanga from that downward dog, or just regular down dog and Chaturanga. It's up to you. But I see you all wanting to try it, all wanting to push a little bit there. Woohoo! Hey! Back to down dog. How's everybody doing? Come to your knees. Looks like everybody needs a little break. How you guys doing? Woo! Just a few movements. It's getting me too. I'm right there with you. My friend asked me the other day, have you had a chance to do a full yoga class yet? I said, no, I've been doing that on Sunday with my people. Because, it's just sometimes we get an hour on our mat and sometimes we get 5 minutes and sometimes we get 2 hours. And just let whatever you're going through, however your body's feeling, whether it's tired, we're getting stronger. We're pushing through. Okay? You guys all right? All right. And now reach your arms up. Just exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Let's take a few more rounds. Just feel the breeze, feel the air, feel the sun or the shade on your skin. And just be proud of yourself for showing up today. Let your ankles and your feet get a little bit of pressure from your hips as we prepare for balancing. Just call in whatever you're in need of right now. A little peace, a little light, balance. The universe is listening. Spirit is listening. And we just got to ask for what we are in need of. And then bring your hands to your heart. Just bow your head. Feel the energy beneath you. Feel the heat in your chest. Then keep your eyes closed, but just separate your palms about an inch and feel the energy you've created. Then just place one hand and the other hand over your heart and just make a little promise to yourself to be gentle this year. To really live with passion and compassion and fierce love, but to be gentle with yourself. Let go of comparison. Just tune into your truth and your light, your pain and your joy, your suffering. Just honor it. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. What a beautiful journey we're all on. When you open your eyes, bring your hands down to the earth, maybe connect to Mother Earth. Take a moment to soak that in or give something away. And as you do, lift your hips and just tuck your toes and push your hips back towards your heels and start to stretch your feet a little bit here. Stretch all 10 toes. Silent thank you to Mother Earth, and then push into the earth and lift your knees and bring them out wide. Push your hips back and slowly begin to walk your fingertips back. We're going to start to balance here. So when you're ready, hands come to your heart. Knees are wide, balancing on the balls of your feet. Obviously, you can keep your knees on the earth if you need to. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Can you bring your knees a little wider? And then slow and controlled, bring it back together. Just as close as you can. Start to push into your palms. Push your palms into one another. Find your center. And then slowly begin to rise. Obviously, you can challenge yourself as much as you like. You can pause in a little squat. Lift your heels a little higher. Keep pressing your palms into one another. Shaking is good. Getting stronger. Slowly rise. When you come to standing, arms come all the way up. Really bring the shoulders up to the ears. Keep lifting the heels, belly in. Strong core, strong legs. Keep reaching. Reach for the light, ground into the earth. Feel rooted and grounded as you expand. We're here for 3, 2, heels down, toes up, take a back bend. Goal, post your arms, Spread your fingers, spread your toes. Look up. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, hands to the earth, or hands to the heart. And then from here, we're going into tree pose, my favorite pose in the park. So root down through your left leg. Bring your right foot to your ankle, to your calf, or to your inner thigh. I'm going to be opposite of you because we're all in a circle. So you're going to look opposite if you look across. If you're ever lost in class, just look at your neighbor. Once you get that right knee all the way out, gaze down for your balance. Push down through your left big toe. Bring your hands to heart. Push down into the left foot. As you do, push your palms into one another. Lift them all the way up towards the sky. When you're ready, open them up. You can always lift your gaze to the sky to challenge yourself a little further. Energy through your palms. Your arms are an extension of your heart. So send that energy out. Let's turn the palms outward and send that out. Anyone, any place, anywhere. Just a little more of your love. Just a little more. One more breath. Expand a little more. And then as you exhale real slow, hands come back to heart. Right knee into your chest, so the right knee is going to come right up. Flex your right foot. Cross it over, figure 4. Push your hips back so the right ankle crosses over the left thigh. Flex your right foot to protect your knee. Push your hips back and to the right just a little. Press the palms into one another. You can always bring your fingertips to the earth or wrap your hands around your left ankle. Continue to bend the left knee. Press the hips back and lengthen your spine. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. On the inhale, slowly rise. Wrap your fingertips around the right knee and squeeze it in towards your chest. Push down through your left foot. I know the left ankle is speaking to you. Hold. Breathe. Left hand to your left hip. Right knee out to the right. Stand up nice and tall. Come back to the tree pose where you started. You can do it. 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Woo. Roll over that left ankle. All right, we try to kind of avoid discomfort, but it's not the end of the world. It's good to push through. Let's try the other side. Now you know where you're going, so you can kind of relax your mind. Left foot comes to the same spot you brought it to on the right. And you push your foot and your leg into one another. The standing leg is very strong. Left knee out to the left, hands at heart. If you're having trouble balancing today, just pause, ground, start when you're ready. Okay, so the other side was for someone else, somewhere else. This side is all for you. When you're ready, arms up. And as the energy was extending out last time, now receive through your palms. Let the energy come into you. Let that light of the sun, the fresh air, the trees, just a moment of gratitude to even be here outside together right now. And as you receive that light, expand a little bit more. Let it get into those little cracks and crevices that we hide away. And then very slow, invite that light and energy back into your heart space. Press the palms into one another, left knee into your chest. Flex your foot. Take little breaks if you need to, but if you can stay through the whole time, see if you can. Cross it over, press it back, figure 4. Your gaze is down right in front of you to ground you. 3 breaths here. inhale, slowly rise. Push down through that right big toe. Wrap the fingertips around the left knee. Flex that left foot. You can choose to stay here or right hand to the right hip. Left knee out to the left. Push down through your left big toe, your right big toe. Stand up nice and tall. We're here for 3, 2, and you go back to tree where you started for 3, 2, and 1. Release. Let it go. Shake it out. So really shake, and if you want, you can bring your feet hip width distance and then just start to swing your arms around right to left. Let your arms come around and hit you a little bit. And then let that sway slow and slow and slow down until you come back to center. And inhale, reach the arms up. As you exhale, take that big back bend again. And on the inhale, rise. On the exhale, swan dive all the way to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, high to low plank, chaturanga. Inhale, your right leg high. This is the last little push. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through, low lunge. Inhale, rise, crescent pose, high lunge. Yes. So you can stay on a low lunge if you'd like, but if you want to come all the way up, I invite you to come all the way up. Now we're going to wring out anything that's not serving you. So hands come back to your heart. Lengthen your spine as you exhale, twist to the right. Left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Now squeeze your inner thighs. Press your right palm into your left and twist. Bring your thumbs in alignment with your heart. Take a deep breath in. Straighten that back leg for 3, 2. Twist a little more. Both palms on the inside of the right foot. Heel toe, the right foot up into the right corner of your mat for runner's lunge. Stay in a high runner's lunge. Rock back and forth on the ball of the back foot. Draw little circles with your hips. Take a little freestyle if you'd like. Some of you can even straighten this right leg. Lift the hips into a little pyramid pose if you'd like. We're just stretching things out before you drop the back knee down and come all the way down into a runner's lunge. So you can stay active and moving and stretching, or you can make it more restorative and drop it all the way down. You can be on your palms, your forearms, chin is into your chest. Walk that right foot out a little bit more if you're feeling like it's a little too close. Nice. Now where do you feel it the most in your body? Go there. Take a deep breath in and then exhale right into that spot. Instead of moving away from it, go right into it. One more breath in. On your exhale, lean in. On the inhale, slowly rise up. Plant your palms. Tuck your back toes. Lift the back knee. Keep your left palm on the earth. Inhale, right arm high. Just twist it out. Let something go. Exhale, right palm on the inside of the right foot. Now spin your back foot flat like you would in a warrior 2. And inhale your left arm high. Just stretch it out. Open up your wingspan for 3. Sink into your lunge for 2. And 1. Gently release. Left heel high to the sky. Step it back. Downward facing dog. Rock your hips side to side. Pedal out your feet. Find a little bit of movement. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last side, and then we'll take it down to the earth. Inhale, the left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it through, low lunge. Inhale to crescent, come all the way up. Squeeze your inner thighs and really lift, create space. As you exhale, hands through your heart, twist to the left, right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Now, lengthen the crown, push back through the back heel. Push your palms into one another, bring the thumbs as close to the heart as you can. Now feel the tension and breathe into it. We're here for 3. Take another breath in for 2. Twist it all the way out and then gently release to runner's lunge. Plant your palms, heel toe the left foot all the way to the top corner of your mat. Both palms are on the inside of the left foot. You want to get the knee in line with the shoulder and then take your freestyle, move around. You can lift your hips, you can draw them in little circles. You can just sway forward and back. But you want to get into those little crevices, those little spots. And then when you're ready, just lower your back knee down, untuck your back toes, and come to your palms, your forearms. You can lower your head, just let your head hang, chin into your chest. You can add something here, you can take something away. You always have full permission to do what feels good in your body at any time. Modify the flow, add something, take it away. Trust yourself. Last 2 breaths. And again, I invite you to go right into it. Right into where you feel it the most. Breathe in. Right? Discomfort is not the enemy. Let's slowly rise up. Plant your palms. Take your time. Tuck your back toes. Lift the back knee. Plant the right palm. Inhale, left arm high. Twist it out. Exhale, left palm inside of the left foot. Spin the back foot flat. Inhale, right arm high. Twist. Exhale, right palm to the earth. Right heel. Step the left foot back. Plank pose. Chaturanga. Last one. One breath in. One breath out. We've done a lot of heart openers. I want you to shift forward into plank and lower to the earth as slow as you can. You're in a contest with yourself. Keep your hips and shoulders into alignment. I see a lot of saggy hips. You want to stay like a plank. Yes. Once your chest hits, reach your arms back, bend your knees for a bow pose. We've done a ton of heart openers. Okay, you're ready. Bend your knees, reach back. Palms to the outside of the feet. Exhale everything out. Okay, on the inhale, lift. Just lift your chest. Kick into your arms. Or kick into your feet. Yes, so as you kick, the arms pull up. Now bring your belly button up and in. Squeeze your knees together. Yes, lift a little higher. Feel the layers peel back. Feel it. 5, close your eyes. Lift, belly in. Keep breathing. 4. Last 3. Last 2. Is there anything left? Last 1. Slow exhale, let it go, let it go, let it go. Gaze to the right. You can have your arms down by your sides or you can stack your palms so you have a place to rest your cheek. It's up to you. Yeah, bend your knees, sway them side to side, massage that lower back. Take a breath in, take a breath out. One more round, same pose. When you're ready, I want you to go at your own pace. Whether this challenged you or you love this pose, just go there and be with it. Be with the joy, the pain, the discomfort, whatever it's bringing up. Because it's not the pose that's bringing it up, right? The pose just brings up what's already there. Close your eyes. When you're ready, exhale everything out. On the inhale, lift. Just lift up towards the sky. Lift the thighs, kick into your hands, squeeze your knees together, roll your shoulders back, create space. Breathe, we're here for 5, 4. Beautiful, last 3, 2, slow, like you're flying. Release your arms out, release the legs down, stack the palms, gaze in the opposite direction. Bend your knees and windshield wiper them if that feels good. Feel the front of your body connecting to the earth, the belly connecting to the earth, the heart connecting to the earth. When you're ready, bring your chin to the center of your mat, slide your hands underneath your shoulders and just lift your chest. Push yourself back. Come up to tabletop, cross the ankles, and then just push the hips back, have a seat, extend your legs out. Beautiful. Bend your right knee, bring your sole of the right foot into your left inner thigh. Flex your left foot, inhale, reach it up. Exhale, forward fold, breathe into the left hamstring. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. On the inhale, slowly rise. Reach your arms all the way up. Use your core. Extend your right leg out. Bring the left leg in. All right, that's a lot of lower abdominals. Inhale, reach it up, flex the right foot. Exhale, fold. Now it's not about getting the forehead to the shin, more the crown of the head towards the top of the right foot. So continue to lengthen as you bow. The closer you draw your belly button into your spine, the more space you will have to move forward. On the inhale, slowly rise, reach the arms up, lengthen. Exhale, hands down by your sides. Now bring the right foot in to meet your left, come into a butterfly. And it's up to you. If you want to pull the heels really close in, you're going to feel it more in your inner thighs. If you push them out, make more of a diamond, you're going to feel it on your outer thighs. So wherever you need it the most, find that space, sit up nice and tall, lengthen. And as you exhale, fold forward. I like pushing my elbows into the inside of my legs and pushing them down even more. So it's like you're giving yourself that own little adjustment. I hope it's alright. Now see if you can walk your hands out in front of you and walk them out as far as you can and bow to the earth. Again, a silent thank you to Mother Earth.
Take our days, we take our chances, cause we know we can have no fear. You know that it's alright, it's alright. No fussing, no fighting.
On the inhale, slowly rise. Take your peace fingers and wrap them around your big toes. And then we're going to go from here all the way down to the earth. So you have your peace fingers around the big toes. Slowly lean back onto your sit bones. Find your balance, your core. And you're going to begin to extend your legs out. The knees can stay bent. You're like in a boat. Or you can straighten them all the way out. And even begin to bring them wide. I'm pulling my big toes back towards my face to lift the chest, pushing the big toes into the peace fingers to create that space. Breathe and do whatever you can. We're here for 5, 4, last 3. Slowly start to bring them back in. Once you get to a boat, I want you to let go of the toes and come into a boat pose. Squeeze your legs together, lift your heart. Extend out into a low boat and hold here. Start to shake a little bit. I know I am. So I want you to close your eyes and just lower to your mat at your own pace. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing. Just hold until it feels right for you to just surrender into the earth. Right? Just let the earth hold you. She's such a healer, a teacher, a guide, a friend. Just that surrender whenever you're ready. There's no rush. Bring the right knee into your chest. Give it a good squeeze. Prepare for supine twist. Right arm goes out like a wing. Right knee comes up and over to the left. You want to keep your right shoulder rooted into the earth. So if your right shoulder is coming off of your mat, bring your leg back a little bit. Yeah, root your shoulders down and back. Breathe that twist all the way up your spine to your neck and all the way down out through your tailbone. How lucky are we to have this live music? I know live music is something that we've all been missing. Going to concerts, getting to hear this magic. So maybe close your eyes and just let your ears take over for these last few moments of class. Let the music just move through you. Let the earth hold you. Just let go for a moment. Receive. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Just nice and slow, begin to roll on to your back. Feel your back and your spine connect back into the earth. Just let them settle there for a moment. Bring your left knee into your chest when you're ready. Give it a good squeeze. Really squeeze it in. This helps a lot with our digestion and elimination. When you're ready, left arm extends out, left knee comes up and over to the right. Invite that twist all the way in. We're going to take 10 breaths here, so let it go. Breath in. Take that full exhale out and then slowly start to make your way onto your back. And however it feels good with the legs straight, the knees bent, you can bring them into your chest. You can rock them side to side. Draw little circles. Take a bridge pose. Take a wheel pose. You can take plow pose into shoulder stand. How do you want to end class today? What feels good? What feels good for you? I invite you to just explore, just for 30 seconds, a minute, to trust the wisdom of your body that's coming through you right now. Coming through you all the time, just waiting for you to tune in. You're ready, we'll meet in happy baby, bringing your knees into your chest, flexing your feet, grabbing the edges, bringing the knees wide, grounding the tailbone, the head, the neck, and the shoulders, and gently rocking side to side, embodying the happy baby. And then slowly, gently release. Bring your knees into your chest. Grab a sweatshirt or anything you have to feel comfortable in Shavasana. Curl into your tiny little ball. We're going to hold and squeeze and then all release. So squeeze as tight as you can. Give yourself a giant hug. Right? You chose to be here and now in this time and space for a reason. So really squeeze. Give yourself that love and let's hold the breath. 5, 4, squeeze a little tighter for 3, 2, exhale the breath, release the body, find Shavasana. Wiggle out your legs, wiggle out your arms, rock your head side to side. Find a comfy space where you can allow yourself to just receive. And we won't be here long. I know there's that little chill in the air. So let's make just a few minutes feel like a few hours of rest, restoration, love. Relax your face, relax your jaw. Let it go.
Change, you know we'll be alright. Talk cash, talk that green. I'm talking cream if you know what I mean. This cash rules everything, well all around me. There's one way and one way but try to feed all them boys and girls. Slowly take a deep breath in and an open mouth exhale. Come back to your intention as you take another big inhale all the way up through the crown of your head and exhale all the way down through the soles of your feet. Feel the back body on the grass. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Reach your arms up and overhead. Take a full body stretch. Feel that earth beneath you, the sky above you, the love within you. Bend your knees, bring the soles of the feet to the earth. Reground all of the wisdom that came through your practice. Gently roll to your right side using your right bicep as a pillow. Fetal pose. Corpse pose to fetal pose is a rebirth. Knees deep into the chest. Left palm on the earth in gratitude. In just a moment. Slowly, gently press yourself up into a seated position. Bring your hands to heart center. Bow your head and close your eyes. Deep breath in through your nose and a deep breath out through your mouth. Raise your thumbs to your third eye. The light within me sees and honors the light within you. From my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you guys. Thank you, Matt, for the music. We're so lucky to have that music, right? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you guys for being here. It felt so good to be back in this space with you. I'm so grateful for each one of you. Hope you have a beautiful rest.